Hi everyone, we've got a new supplementary page for the CT600 coming. It's the CT600M for clients that have their businesses based within a Freeport zone that enables to get them certain tax advantages, including structures and building allowance, and enhanced capital allowances on plant and machinery. So if you've not heard of that form or seen that form, I thought I would just go into tax return production and show that to you now. So if we create a new return for the next accounting period, and we should have a set of accounts already within the system because we prepared those in TaxCalc Accounts Production. Yes, I would like to import those, and that will bring the figures across straight into the tax return. So TaxCalc being the full suite that it is, we have the corporation tax return, the accounts production, central database within Practice Manager. So all that information is flowed straight in. We don't have to do any rekeying. You'll notice here when we're first presented with the tax return, we've got the simple step mode or the HMRC forms mode. HMRC forms used to be popular in the good old days. When I was in practice and we started self-assessment for individuals 96.7 and we were handwriting those forms. When we started using TaxCalc to complete those digitally, we used the HMRC forms mode because it's very familiar with us, but actually everything is just that bit easier in simple step mode, and I think that's the mode that most people use. You can flip between the two, that's not a problem at all. You can switch over to HMRC forms here, but this takes you all the way through the tax return, whether that's for individuals, partnerships, trust or companies, in a very straightforward manner. So right now I'm in a company tax return, and actually most of the company tax return has been completed already because it is sharing the data that we've already got in Practice Manager for this client, the information that we've pulled through from accounts production for this client. So there's not a great deal of information to fill in on the corporation tax return itself. I'll show you the new area, and this is coming out in the forthcoming October release, and that is the CT600M for Freeports. So let's tick that for this particular client to say that this is a business situated within a Freeport zone. So this takes us straight to the new Freeports area, and as I said, it's the capital allowances area that's new for this particular supplementary page. You can enter the capital allowance information manually if you so wish, but lots of people like to use the wizard. So if we go in here, we can add assets in using this wizard. So if we just select a particular asset type that we're going to enter, you'll notice that we've got a new option here to identify whether the asset is qualifying for Freeport enhanced capital allowances. And if I tick yes to that, then we get a series of additional boxes to complete that's only relevant for clients operating within the Freeport zone. Now, before I enter any information in there, I'm just going to click on check and finish because we've also created some additional warnings here in our check and finish section. So most of our products have check and finish, which is basically a way of catching mistakes before they leave your practice. Or as Gordon Ramsay might say, keep your mistakes in the kitchen, because you don't want those going out to clients, you don't want those going out to HMRC. So it just serves as a useful second check. And we've put some additional warnings in there around the Freeports area. If you click go on any of the warnings, it will take you exactly to where that error is and what needs to be rectified. Also, we have these kind of red warnings here, so if there's information that you need to insert and it's not present, then we'll put the warning message up there. Or, like this one here, there is some information present, but there's still other stuff missing, or there's something, some issue with what's been filled in. We'll hover there, put a warning there that you can hover over, and just saves you going off to that check and finish section each time. So let's pop a date in here, make sure that's within the accounting period that we're completing. We can see there's still an issue here, so that date isn't recognised as being within a Freeport tax site at the time, so we are going to have to choose a relevant Freeport from the list here. These are the all the Freeports currently in existence, so we can choose one of those, and we can see that the red warning there has disappeared, but we've still got more information to go, hence why this warning is still present. So let's put a cost of this particular asset in. That populates it into this box. We need to put the address that the business is based in. Obviously HMRC are interested in exactly where the businesses are based if they're claiming Freeport enhanced capital allowances. We'll just choose one of these addresses here. Again, all that information is stored in the Practice Manager database for this client. We don't have to rekey any of that information. Okay, so if we go to check and finish now, we can see that most of those warnings have disappeared completely, and we're just left with the one warning now that we've not attached a set of accounts to this return as yet. But just like we did before, we can click on Go. That'll take us right to the page that we need to do this. We can add the accounts. If you're not using TaxCalc Accounts Production, that doesn't matter as long as what you are using will generate an IXBRL file. You can attach that from an external source. We are using TaxCalc Accounts Production, so we'll select the accounting period there, and that will bring in the accounts to attach to the return. So if we go back to check and finish, we can now see that everything is correct. So this job's good to go. We've cleared all those warning messages. We could file it online to HMRC, although I suggest we send it to the clients first. You could print it out and send to your clients the old-fashioned way, but if you're operating digitally, then you can use the Add to e-sign envelope option up here, where you can send the accounts, tax return, supplementary pages, calculations, cover letter, anything you like within that envelope, straight to your client for them to sign. You can even set up reminders if they don't sign it within a reasonable time scale. You can give them a little nudge, but that's probably one for another video. So there we go. Forthcoming October release, the CT600M supplementary page for Freeports.